recognize anyone in the lineup. I felt terrible, but I had to tell him. I'm having trouble recognizing the face I see.
At that point, I was somewhat disappointed, but I knew that there's no point in pursuing something that wasn't there.
But before the cop gives up on the psychic, he has one more question.
Will we get him? And when will we arrest him? And I said, yes, he's going to be 32 years old. He's going to have a mustache. And I saw the initial R. I didn't know if it was first or last name, but I saw R.
Moran is stumped by Maureen's clues. Ron Newman was 32 years old and he had the letter R in his name, but the psychic's sketch looks nothing like him.
The description that she made, really, it was a stretch to make it fit Newman.
The last conversation I had with Constable Moran was when he hit me for Moran. And that was the last time we spoke.
At that point, the case didn't go very much further. I was taken from the case and put back on general duties because there was no other avenues of investigation to pursue.
I questioned my ability. How could I see so clearly and be so wrong? What was wrong? My mind, what was happening?
The case goes cold. 2 16-year-olds are dead and their killer is still out there. Police run occasional Crime Stoppers television spots, but no new leads surface.
They always seemed like they were at a dead end, and that really, in the public's mind, it was going to be sort of a miracle if anybody was caught because so much time had lapsed.
In fact, 13 years go by. Then science steps in and reignites a cold case and confirms a psychic's long-forgotten vision.
How could I be so wrong when I had seen so clearly?
In Thunder Bay, Ontario, the murder of 2 teenage girls remains unsolved. 13 years pass, and then a breakthrough in fingerprinting technology offers new hope to cold cases. In August of 2000, an automated fingerprint identification system known as APHIS was upgraded to quickly retrieve both killer and palm.
This led to numerous cases being cleared up, and one of them was the Tiffany Leclerc case.
Partial prints found on a beer bottle and a plastic bag at the scenes could now be compared against pools of fingerprint records. APHIS turns up a hit, and the owner of the prints is Larry Runholm. In 1990, 3 years after the murders, Larry Runholm, a native of Thunder Bay, had been arrested and charged with drinking and driving. His fingerprints were forwarded to the RCMP and remained on file for 10 years, until the new technology made the match. A case that has baffled cops for 13 years is finally solved. On July 11, 2000, Runholm is charged with the murders of Donna Tevenham and Bernadette Leclerc.
It was a huge story when he was arrested because the community had almost forgotten about these deaths, and the few people that still remembered it had almost given up any hope that anyone would ever be arrested and account for it.
The arrest finally vindicated a psychic who 13 years earlier accurately described both girls, their dark hair, Donna's braces, and Bernadette's feisty personality. She even envisioned their deaths. But it was her sketch of the killer that police turned a blind eye 2 years ago that now came back to haunt them.
The profile provided by Noreen Rainier regarding a suspect turned out it was amazingly accurate. At the time of the murders, Mr. Runholm was only 19. We have a high school photograph of Mr. Runholm. The prominent nose, the full mouth, the length of the hair.
Other puzzling clues offered by the psychic now seemed to make sense as well.
I remember Constable Moran saying, will we get him, and when will we arrest him? And I said, yes, he's going to be 32 years old. He's going to have a mustache. And I saw the initial R. I didn't know it was first or last name, but I saw R. So I was overjoyed that the information was right. Sad that it didn't help in a timely manner.
Runholm admits to intentionally killing both girls and avoids a jury trial by pleading guilty to second-degree murder.
And Mary Runholm never took a stand, never explained anything. His lawyer said he has no memory of what happened, so he has nothing to offer.
Runholm claims he can't remember what happened back in 1987 when the girls, both 16, were believed to have been raped and then suffocated 3 months apart. But Justice Stanley Carisco, in his sentencing address, says he saw no evidence of amnesia, and he says the families deserve an explanation for these sickening murders. You know, the guy is a vicious killer, sadistic, and the judge saw through him, and I'm very thankful for that.
To this day, the police don't know exactly what happened the nights the two girls went missing. What they do know is that both girls were suffocated with a plastic bag. DNA testing of semen taken from both girls matched Larry Runholm, and blue paint chips found on both girls matched the paint and make of the truck he drove.
Why did he do it? And how could he live with himself for the next 15 years, where ostensibly he was raising a family and leading a normal life? It's one of those just baffling things that you constantly think about and say, you know, what really happened?
His plea of second-degree murder carries an automatic life sentence.
The ruling of 20 years came as some satisfaction and closure for the families of the victims.
Second-degree murder for two girls. I would have liked to have seen, 22, if not a little bit more. But I am pleased it's over.
There was a certain amount of uncertainty that we had stepping in here today and just wondering where the judge was going to end up. So at 20 years, I think my sister was well served.
Look at how many lives he's destroyed. I don't think he got what he deserves, but I know he'll get what he deserves where he's going.
If the police had used the psychic sketch in their investigation, would the murders have been solved sooner? An article published a few weeks after Runholm's arrest revealed that police did have him in their sights, but he was somehow overlooked.
He had lived on a road with his parents, and his parents were away all summer at a tourist camp which they ran, and so he had to run the house, came and went as he pleased. His house was on the same route that myself and my partner did a door-to-door knock on, and as it happens that the one side of the road that my partner was on was the same house that Mr. Ronald lived in, and he wasn't home the two times we went there. But at that point, we had no reason to suspect Mr. Ronald of anything. He was just another name to be cleared.
The police just using me is right, but they are not used to working with psychics, so they don't understand how we work and how they have to interpret our clues. It's not all factual the way in this reality. My goal, and still will be till it happens, is to train and teach the detectives how to do what I can do.
In hindsight, the clues that Miss Rainier provided, although we were disappointed that we weren't able to successfully charge suspect number one, it did prove to be very accurate for suspect number two, although 13 years down the road. I'm glad I used the psychic because it sort of opens up a whole new avenue of investigation. We had nothing to lose by using her and everything to gain.
How dare I have doubted my own psychic ability? So yes, I was joyful knowing that my ability was working and does work. And again, like faith, don't doubt, believe.
What is this?
people think about a sailor, they picture an older white male
I'm not playing
with
this.
the stereotype on its head.
I just died twice in a row. I'm gonna leave.
A lazy summer day at the lake turns to panic
I said, "Where's Tom?"
when a 5-year-old boy disappears.
I wondered if he was dead.
Police think he's drowned, but a look.
There's nothing sadder than the passing of a person so young. Like, honestly speaking, there's so much mystery in their life. What could they have done? What could they have brought into this world? And that's the mystery that will forever be surrounded to what happened to Kaylee Anthony. What really happened? Was her mother bored? Was she simply a bad parent who couldn't handle the responsibility of motherhood? Or